Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go over my Scag I've got here is a 52-inch Freedom Z, and I've had this since 2007, but it's gone through a little bit. So we just got done mowing the lawn, and the blades are shot. We know this, and we'll show you what those look like here in a minute, and we're going to just kind of go over the life of a Scag lawnmower that's had its share of sand in this sand country of mine. And whenever you get done, you definitely want to blow it out. I've taken the guards off because they fill up with sand and stuff. I can't never get back in there, and I just know enough to watch out for it. Whenever you do these, you definitely, at the end of the day, you want to take a blower and at least blow these fins all out to keep your pumps cooled off. You also can see some of the repairs I've had to do on this. This is welding because the sand just eats through my deck, and from the top side you can see the patches where I've had to weld it back in, and we'll look at that a little closer from the underside. Also, when you get done, you do want to check your oil, clean your air filters. That's really kind of a standard on anything you're doing. So anyways, we cleaned it all up. We'll put our seat back down, and we'll pull this into the shop, and I'm going to pick it up and show how to swap out the blades real quick, and we'll show you what the old blades look like if you lived in sand country and wonder why we don't do a lot of sharpening of our blades. They pretty much just they wear themselves out. So we'll pull around in the shop. Okay, so we'll pull this in. I've got a pretty neat little contraption here we call a lift. Makes working on this just a little bit easier. Made this up pretty good many years ago. I don't know if you can see that very well or not. It's an ex-military style lift, so we'll hook that up to a drill, and you'll see that it pretty much will lift this little lawnmower up to where I can get out there and change the blade. So we're going to go ahead and set up and get ready to do that. Okay, so the first thing I got to do is we'll take this, and we'll just take a regular DeWalt and I'd roll her down, and we'll pick the front end of this thing up. This makes a pretty nice little lawnmower hoist. Reverse it, and we'll pick her up. Just kind of gets her up off the ground a little bit for me. And then what we'll do is, I'm so fortunate as to have an impact 1/2-inch gun. This is a 15/16 socket. If you don't have one of these, you'll need a ratchet, 15/16, and a 1-inch wrench to hold the shaft from spinning. Being as I don't have to worry about that because this will take it right off, I can just climb under here, and we'll pop these things off real quick. Let's see if we can get you a little closer up of what I'm actually trying to do here. We'll see if this thing will catch any of it. And we can maybe look up under the deck here and see just what's going on. I don't know if we'll have enough light under here or not for the camera. We can maybe throw a little extra light down here just to see what we've got. And really, these blades are pretty easy to get off. With this, we can reach under and just simply pop them down, set them on the ground. And that's what we do with those. Okay, so what we've got though, if you look at my blades after you've had sand on them for a while, you can see that the wing tips are pretty well shot. I think you can see that on both ends, so you know they're pretty bad. They're definitely not sharp by any means. You don't have to worry about cutting yourself, but they do get out of balance after a while. So we'll go ahead and take that one off, and we'll go with the new one, and we've got those set up on the shelf here. what we've got is these are copper heads, 18-inch. They're made for a Scag mower. Let's see, that'd be 482, 462, made in America, 15-3404 for the numbers on them. Those come straight from the people for Scag, so those are good blades. They're a little bit extra thick for the sand cutting and all than the standard blade you'd buy for your little push mower. So that's about all we have on those. We'll record down how much time we have on the blades, and right now our hour meter is reading 623.5 hours on it. And I actually keep track of how much time my blades do last. I don't know, this doesn't focus in very well. But on average, I mow about 8 acres of lawn a week, depending, of course, on how fast the grass is growing. So we've got approximately 30 to 33 hours out of a set of blades, and they look, yeah, like that. So definitely well used. They're pretty ineffective on cutting. They really just kind of whack the grass. So we'll go ahead and throw these new ones back up underneath here. That doesn't take a whole lot to do that. Like I said, they go back in the same way they come out. And really the biggest problem people have is they forget which way they're supposed to go in. Always make sure that your flat surface is facing downward. This is the lift for it, so you'll want that kind of creates a little bit of vacuum underneath it to pull the grass up into the blade. And if you are using power tools especially, I highly recommend starting it with your hand at least. Don't ever do it start out with the impact. You'll cross thread it, mess up your threads, and pay dearly for it from there. So we'll just go ahead and start each one of them, and then we'll be able to go through and tighten them back up. All right, and after you have them started by hand, impact done, like I say, really makes this job a lot easier. And I know from past experience that torque on this is sufficient. You know, snug them down good and tight. They don't have to be so bad that you can't get them back off. But you definitely don't want your blades flying away from you. So make sure they're fairly tight. And that's really all it takes to get that done. And if you were to look up under it, now I do have some grass under it. I do mow my grass wet a lot of times just because the sand is a lot easier on the blades if you're not picking up the sand. So we go ahead and do some mowing when it's wet and avoid the sand being soaked up twice. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and drop this back down. Oops, with the correct one. And that's all it takes to change out a set of blades on a Husqvarna or any lawnmower really, this or Scag. And it's done. It's that quick a job. And take away the setting up camera and this type of thing. It's even a little quicker than that. Did a quick inspection. Looks good. Ready to go for another 30 hours. And we'll have another set of worn out blades.